It's been a pretty exciting few days for Fortnite, from the rocket crashing into the 0 point to the black hole mystery. But now that Fortnite Chapter 2 is here, there's been a ton of changes, so let's talk about it. My name's Craig from ljstudios, and in today's video we're going to go over the 15 biggest changes in Fortnite Chapter 2. These are in no way numbered in any particular order, I'm just saying them as they come. I would have posted this a lot sooner, but I've just been enjoying the new Fortnite world so much that I almost forgot that I had content to make. And of course, if you enjoy the video, remember to leave a like, and if you want to see more from me, then subscribe with notifications turned on so you can stay tuned for all the latest news in Fortnite. First up on the list has got to be a surprising new feature added to Fortnite: boats and fishing. Yes, that's right, you can now sail the 7 seas and fish to your heart's content, plus boats have a little bit of a speed boost in them and you can even ride them inland for a bit. So guys, it's time to get in those trick shots while you're riding a boat. Fishing is a bit of an interesting one. You basically cast your rod into any water, and as soon as you see some splashing around your bait, you reel it back in to see what you got. Sometimes it might be a fish that you can eat for some HP, sometimes it's a rusty can that you can funnily enough throw at another player to cause a small amount of damage. I haven't actually tried it yet, so I have no idea how much damage it actually does, probably like 10 or even 1. And sometimes you get materials and ammo, and if you're lucky, you might even get a gun. I got a purple sniper the other day, which was awesome. Fun fact, you can actually use the fishing rod to reel in other players too, which I think would look awesome if you reeled someone in and shotgunned them in the face. Would make for a hilarious montage. Coming in at number 2 is the Battle Pass UI. Yes, it's had a bit of a revamp. There's no longer a free and a paid different road to the Battle Pass, it's all merged into one row now, and free items being labelled as free. You can also see whereabouts your friends are in terms of level wise. There's a bar at the bottom that says whereabouts they are and whereabouts you are, so you can see if you're ahead of your friends or not, which I think is a nice little feature. Coming in at number 3 is the Ready Up feature, which is bloody amazing. You know how before at the end of the game you would have to head back to the main menu? Say goodbye to those days. Now, as soon as you're either wiped out or win a game, you can simply select Ready Up instead of backing out, and it will queue you for another game. Genius feature, although it might be bad for those just one more game moments. Coming in at number 4 are Slurp tanks. In Chapter 2, Epic removed a lot of healing items from the game, including chug splashes, slurps, inventory campfires, and chug jugs. But instead they added healing items out in the wilderness. Mostly in the slurpy swamp area, these items come in the form of things like slurp tanks, canisters, trucks, etc., and will heal you or give you shield. You can even stand in the river where the slurp is oozing out at the factory and heal for 1 HP a tick. When you break a canister as well, the sound is also pretty satisfying. Just listen here. Coming in at number 5 is a new way to level up your battle pass. That's right, they got rid of the old battle star system and replaced it with a pure XP system. Before, you would have to gain 10 battle stars to gain a level up on the battle pass, and you would gain these stars from completing challenges, leveling up your character, and from collecting secret stars. So technically they had 2 leveling systems: your character level, which made no overall real difference, and your battle pass level. Now these have been merged and there is just your character level, with battle pass rewards being rewarded at certain levels. Challenges and missions just award XP now, so it's a simplified system. Coming in at number 6 are achievements. Now these are newly added in Chapter 2 and is a nice little nifty feature. These mark certain milestones or things completed in Fortnite. These can range from collecting 999 wood, picking up certain weapons, winning games, etc., and are marked on a timeline with the date and time that you got them. I'm sure they have more planned for these achievements in the future, but for now, as it stands, it's just a nice little feature that helps you look back on past achievements. Coming in at number 7 is the upgrade bench. You can now upgrade the rarity of your guns in-game. This is an awesome little feature that they added and I've been loving it. So in certain locations you're going to find these upgrade benches and you can use them to upgrade the rarity of your weapon at a cost of material. From common to green is 50 of each material, wood, stone and metal, green to blue is 150, blue to purple is 250, and purple to orange or legendary is 350. Now obviously you're going to have to make sure that you're farming a lot of material before upgrading, so you can still leave some material in stock to protect yourself if you do go under attack. There's no use farming material and finally getting that legendary scar if you have no material to protect yourself with. Coming in at number 8 is the new burst assault rifle and the bandage bazooka. Fortnite have added a new burst assault rifle which looks kind of similar to the famous back in the COD days. It fires in 3-round bursts and is fairly accurate, although you do need to get used to it at first, but once you are there then you can start lasering spearing people with it. They also added a new bandage bazooka, which is something we've never seen before, purely for the fact that it actually takes up 2 slots in your inventory, which is new. It does what it says in the tin. You can shoot bandages at people to heal them or shoot downwards at yourself to heal yourself. It heals for 15 HP per shot and gives you 5 shots in total, which is 75 HP. Not only that, but it can heal you up to 100 HP and shots recharge 1 shot every 20 seconds. It's pretty damn good and it's an interesting concept. It will be good to see what it's like in the competitive side of Fortnite as well. Coming in at number 9 is the new UI and graphics. Fortnite has had a huge graphic and UI overhaul. The graphics look slightly more realistic, with of course sticking to the cartoonist theme, but things like trees and buildings have a lot more details to them. Wood crates actually look realistic, whereas before they were quite bright and yellow. Now they are duller and, well, I guess more realistic. The general aspect of the world right now definitely has that Season 1 OG kind of feeling about it, where Season 10 in Fortnite had a lot of crazy things going out in the wilderness. Rift Zones, Kevin, Polar Peak Monster Bones, it was getting a tad bit crowded with all that crazy stuff in there. The game's UI has had an overhaul as well. Weapon icons have completely changed and everything down to your health and name is completely different. I quite like it and it definitely makes it feel like a brand new game. Coming in at number 10 is of course the brand new map. It's something that players have been begging for quite some time now. Other battle royale games like PUBG have always had a selection of different maps, which is pretty good, while Apex Legends has just had a new map put in place as well. Fortnite has never, in the 2 years of it being live, ever once done a complete map overhaul. Of course, they're always updating it and making changes, especially going from season to season, and this is the first time they have done anything crazy like this before. There's only so many times you can drop it on the same map over and over and over again before you get insanely bored. This really was the best move Epic could have made, seeing as their player numbers had recently taken a bit of a dip. Even popular streamers were getting bored and resorting to playing Minecraft, but this is most likely due to those annoying mechs back in Season 10. The map has a complete mountaineer, hiking, fishing kind of feel to it, and I'm really digging the new map. Coming in at number 11 is 3D audio. We now have 3D audio. It's something that's been quite challenging in Fortnite, and with it being a battle royale, you need to know and listen to where the enemy would be. Some people were fine with the audio before, but it was always hard to tell if someone was running around upstairs or downstairs to you. When I first snapped 3D audio on, I was just amazed at how much it changes things. You can pinpoint enemy locations in near proximity and find it much easier to find those hidden chests and buildings. At first, I felt like the audio overall quality did seem like it took a bit of a hit, but I think that's just because I wasn't used to hearing 3D audio in Fortnite itself. Truly amazing what Epic have done here, and I highly recommend turning it on. Coming in at number 12 is dumpster diving. Yes, you can now hide in dumpsters, haystacks and other small objects to get that surprise jump on other players. There's a slight delay before you can shoot as you jump out, because I think if you could shoot literally the millisecond that you jump out, that would be incredibly OP, and it looks like Epic did a bunch of testing with this feature before adding it to the game. Coming in at number 13 is swimming. If you're under fire while you're in a boat and you have no choice but to jump ship, then don't worry. Swimming has been added to the game, so you can now swim to safety. Such a cool little feature that was added, and I got to say I'm really enjoying it. You can shoot from the water too, and even keep diving as you go along to ramp up your speed. Sadly, you can't dive underwater and stay there, or that would just make it too crazy and OP for this game. And coming in at number 14, you can now carry your downed teammates. Yes, that's right, when your teammates get obliterated by another team and he's in a bad spot, or if he's just too far behind in the storm and you don't have time to revive him, you can just carry him along with you. Now, one thing I do have to say about this, and I'm not really sure if Epic thought about this or not, but this might lead to some really toxic behavior between players. If you're jumping in with a random squad and you just know if you get down on a rooftop, then some kid is just going to come along, pick you up and chuck you right off the roof edge. Alright, so it's going to make for some pretty awesome and hilarious videos, but in the long run, it's going to create a lot of toxicity. I guess we're seeing time, but maybe Epic need to add something that's going to stop people from being toxic to each other with this move. I don't know what though. You can't exactly add no full damage if your teammate chucks you, as that would make it just too OP, so I'm not really sure what they can add here. And coming in, last but not least, at number 15 is an overhaul of the weapon arsenal in the game. By the end of Season 10, we had some pretty crazy items at our disposal in the game. From junk rifts to batarangs, things were getting a bit out of hand. As we can only pick up 5 items at a time, it got to a point where it was just difficult deciding your loadout, especially for me. I'll spend way too much time standing there thinking, I could do with this junk rift. Oh, but what if I got some shield bubbles? Just way too much thinking when you're trying to be quick about it. I quite like how Epic have removed a lot of the items and weapons in the game to streamline your loadout and take most of the decision making out of it, which in turn also helps you determine what items your enemy will have in their inventory as well. I like how they've done this, and it makes sense as well given how the story has gone and the fact that all those items were sucked up into a black hole, and junk rifts wouldn't exactly make sense in the new world. But I do wonder how things will go over time, as Epic will still need to add items to the game to keep it fresh, so let's just see if the weapon selection gets out of control this time. Well, there you have it, 15 of the biggest changes in Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 1. If you enjoyed the video, then do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button to show your support, and toggle that notification bell to stay tuned with all the latest and greatest Fortnite news. And if you are looking for a creator to support on the Support a Creator program, then look no further. It would be really awesome if you guys could support us by popping in LJ Studios in the shop before buying any new skins. Have a great day guys, and I'll see you all in the next one.